welcome to Salubrity. I just wanted to talk briefly about pathways. Conversation I had yesterday at lunch with someone. They were talking about family members of theirs that had been doing some things that they disapproved of, didn't like, would not have done themselves. And they mentioned to me, they said, I could not possibly be from this family. And I said, well, of course you're from that family. You just made a conscious choice to behave in a different manner. And as I was pondering the conversation this morning, it occurred to me about pathways. We're placed here in this incarnation in certain situations with certain people, whether it be family or friends or our work environment. Well, that's more of a choice. But we're put in these positions with people in our lives that come into our lives for us to make choices. I mean, we can't choose not to do things that we don't want to do or disapprove of or think is not the correct path unless it's an option. So unless this person had been born into this situation where they had every opportunity to take one path versus another, if they had not been in that situation, then that choice would not have been presented. And in the game of life, the chess game of life, that is how our choices are presented to us by our situations and the people and the conflict. And so we make our choices, and every day we are at crossroads constantly to make a path, a choice this way or this way. And the first time you choose a path that is different, maybe, than what you've always chosen, is really difficult. And the next time, if you make the choice down that direction, it'll be difficult as well, but not quite as difficult. So it'll get a little bit easier and a little bit easier because you'll start to have a programmed response. You will have your bias that's the way it goes. And so even though the path may be difficult, the choice will become easier. And that's kind of what really struck me, was that we have to separate the path itself from the choice. Because when you make that choice, and we all know, sometimes the right choice is a more difficult path. As a matter of fact, it most often is a more difficult path because it's the choice that gets easier. As you make that decision to make that right choice, it'll get easier and easier until it's to the point where you think, well, of course I have to go that way. It's the right choice. Even though the path is sometimes bumpier and harder. And it occurred to me that when you make that right choice and you go down a path of service to others or kindness or love or however you want to look at it, that spiritually the path gets wider and wider and wider, but physically, in what you're limited in doing, often gets narrower and narrower and narrower. So it's fun to contemplate. So hopefully this is something for you to chew on, and maybe it'll spark some interest in thinking further on these matters. So I hope you're having a great day, and I am still working on getting some interviews together for different concepts, as I had said in my introduction video. But it is Christmas time, and so everyone's crazy. So stay tuned. I do have those plans in the works. I've been talking to people. So thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe and hit the little bell. And I hope you're having a great day. Thanks.